Hello, everyone. It's Mary Weber and Travel Guru Girl, and I'm going to share my screen for my presentation that I just most recently gave on September the 20th, and I've added a few things to it as well. So we're going to go from the current slide. And here we are. So I want to just remind you that I do all kinds of travel for everyone. Although I focus on the travel girls on the go at my meetings, I actually do a lot of river cruises, ocean cruises, tours, and custom travel for everyone. So just remember that in case you're looking for something to do as a couple if you're married, or if you have a family thing that you want, I also do that sort of thing. Things to know when you're traveling. Passport should be good for 6 months past travel. Visas may be required in certain countries. Certainly, Egypt, Brazil, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos all need them. Australia as well, UK. Europe, many people have asked me about Europe because that was supposed to be in effect this year, but it will not be in effect until 2026. And there'll be more coming out about that when it comes through. Medical insurance is a must, and cancellation insurance. If you are going on a fairly expensive trip and you don't want to lose your money in case something you have to cancel, then I highly recommend that you take cancellation insurance because nobody wants to lose money. I recently had someone that had to cancel and they didn't get cancellation insurance, and unfortunately, they lost all of the money that they invested in their trip. You should register with the Canadian government when you're leaving the country so that they know where their citizens are. And pay attention to cultural do's and don'ts when you're traveling. And also, if you are going to the States for more than 30 days, then you will require to fill out an I-94 form. Just remember that there are pickpockets everywhere, and I recommend getting a cut-proof purse or backpack, just to be sure that your belongings will be safe. There will be a new entry exit system in Europe starting October the 12th. And it really, what it is it's going to probably coincide with all of the things that will happen next year when you have to apply for this visa. In the meantime, you'll be going to a kiosk. You'll be asked to provide fingerprints and a digital photo, and then you'll be put through. There's no more, or so they say, no more passport stamps are going through different places where there's an agent sitting there. So that's what they say. So we'll see what happens because I'm going next month. The expectations for hotels in Europe and rail travel. Summers can be hot in anywhere, of course, but the AC is not the same as our AC here in North America. So you can expect that if you're in a hotel, that perhaps it will not be as good as what you've used to it. And I lost my screen, so I'm just going to start that again, go back to it because it's important information. Okay, so expectations for hotels in Europe. Again, cooler temperatures, same thing. Learn to layer. Take clothing that you can layer when you're traveling, but because their heating system isn't quite the same as what we have in North America either. If you're not in a chain hotel, you can expect that rooms can be much, much smaller than what you're used to. Face cloths may or may not be supplied in your hotel. Group tours will always give you the best hotels in central areas for the best price. So just remember that. A lot of people think that they can do it much cheaper, but if you're looking for quality in central areas, group tours actually provide the best value for your money. Some hotels will have very small elevators, and some may not have any at all, and you'll have stairs. So just remember that as well. For rail travel, you must be able to lift and carry your luggage by yourself. Keep in mind that you have to keep your luggage and carry your luggage everywhere when you're on the train. Often the big bags will have to be stored at the front of the rail car, and you can only take a small carry-on to fit by your seat. You also have to learn to get off very quickly, on and off, and rail strikes do occur in France and Italy and even in Portugal when I was there last year. The next Girls on the Go trip is Eastern Caribbean Cruise with Glenda. February 15th to the 25th. The price keeps going up, so it is filling fairly quickly. There was a promotion for an obstructed balcony for $3,800 this week. By the time you see this, it might have gone up, and it may not be there. The final payment would be November the 15th. So for the time being, these cruises will include a drink package, Wi-Fi, gratuities, and desserts. If you don't drink and you don't want Wi-Fi, of course, I can get a better price for you, because if you're not don't want those inclusions, then of course the price is lower. Um, Great Eastern Caribbean ports: St. Thomas, St. Martin, Tortola, St. Kitts, and Antigua. So it's a great winter getaway, and 10 days seems to be the right number when you're going on a cruise. The other one that is a group cruise. We have a couple of ladies on this already, and they each have their own room. So the ability to either travel with someone and share a room, or else have your own room, is here, and they have very good solo pricing on this. It's $57.62 for a window cabin. You have an onboard credit. Mostly everything's included with the cruise except for the crew gratuities. They are not. If you're sharing with someone, a window cabin would only be $37.73, and you can also get a French balcony. This is a cruise that takes you throughout the Netherlands and Belgium. So you will see all of the blooms of tulips, which only occurs usually in March and April of any year. So this is the best time of year to go. It starts in Amsterdam and ends in Amsterdam. And then, of course, you can always add on. There's only 162 passengers on the ship, and there's bicycles on board, great choices of meals, a wellness host, and an included excursion at every port that you go to. So don't miss out. If you're thinking about a river cruise, this is certainly very, very reasonable for a solo traveler. River cruises are very friendly to solo travelers. And for the most part, you'll have Canadians, UK, Australian, and Americans on these ships. So trip possibilities to think about for this fall, winter, and spring. How do you choose a true trip that's right for you? What is on your list of places to go? Do you have a bucket list, and how far away are they? If they're really far away, you'll want to get those ones that are really far away. Let's say it's Australia or Antarctica, Africa, anything that's too very far away. You'll want to get those trips out of the way as soon as you can, because the older we get, the harder it is to do those. Do you want to drive on your trip? That would be a car rental, and hotels could be prearranged. But remember that the driver hardly ever gets to see as much as what the rest of the passengers do in the car. So for Canadian travel, certain other countries, you may want to do this, but otherwise I would suggest either a semi-independent tour or actually a tour package to get the most out of your trip. So what type of trip do you want to take? Is it an all-inclusive, a river or ocean cruise, a real tour, a small group tour, a semi-independent tour with hotels and transfers and air, but you want to do the rest on your own, or expeditions to exotic destinations, or short lady getaways? What type of quality of room do you like? 3-star, 4-star, 5-star? And what kind of ship cabin would you like to be in? Would it be a balcony, or are you okay with an inside cabin, knowing that costs will reflect your choice? Do you want a roommate to share the costs? Some companies will share or match you to a roommate. You won't know who that is ahead of time. Or would you like a room to yourself? And of course, you know that the cost will be higher when you do that. But there are some companies that now offer solo-only cruises, river cruises, and solo-only tour. So there is options for that, and you do automatically get a cabin or a room to yourself. So if you're more comfortable with that, then I can set you in the right direction with that. And if cost is a major factor, then taking shorter trips off season may help, and sharing a room may also help. So when we have someone on one of our trips that's looking for a roommate, I will post that. I won't give their names, and then I'll put you in touch with each other, and you can go and have coffee, and you can decide whether you might want to travel together. All inclusives. You can call anytime uh, to get up-to-date pricing on all inclusives because it changes on a regular basis. But some examples of single person pricing, December 6th to the 13th in Watuco, 24.29. The better the resort, of course, you still will pay a little bit more, but actually this time of year, at that time of year, is the best time that you'll ever get probably for your single pricing. But don't be afraid to ask because I'll always look for you and I'll always look for the best deal. But keep in mind the quality. If it's really important to you, you will have to pay a little bit more. And I'm always looking for the best quality for the people that I'm working with. But if you're okay with a certain category, then I won't keep you or from booking it. Uh, just today, we got a list of all-inclusives from Edmonton with Sunwing. The best pricing will occur at the end of November and the beginning of December. So there's a number listed here. I'm not going to go through them, but if you stop your screen, you'll be able to look at the names. Now the prices will change because this is today. Tomorrow it might be a slightly different price, but this is based on per person with double pricing, but I can also get you single pricing. So there are some very good values listed here, and if you're interested, please get a hold of me. Spain long stay. So the Costa del Sol is the Riviera of Spain and close to the ocean, that sort of thing. So very good deal on this. It's three weeks, October 2nd to the 24th, 2 meals per day, breakfast and supper, $2,300 per person, double sharing plus air. So this is a really, really good deal if you like the kind of see the beach area. And then, of course, you can always take some day tours on your own. This is also available for a 3 week stay in April, and it would be $2,630 per person plus air. There is a Canadian representative on site at these hotels, so they'll be able to help you if you want to take some excursions. Christmas markets in Germany. So December 1st to 8th of 2025. This is with Insight Vacations, 36.25 per person, double plus air, or a single rate is 43.45. So if you want to take in the Christmas markets, it's a lot of fun. This is a tour. So I do have the ability, and I have some ladies actually going on the river cruise option. And this one starts in Frankfurt and ends in Berlin. So lots of great options. There are a few other countries that you can do it in as well, but I just chose one for today's purposes. Something unusual that you might want to see, might be on a bucket list, is with Anderson Vacations, 5 nights of Aurora Borealis in Yellowknife in January or March. So $3,600 per person, double plus air, or $42.65 for a single. So you'll see Yellowknife and ice fishing, the viewing, aurora hunting, that sort of thing. So very different type of trip to take. So I'm trying to offer some things that are different and off the beaten track type of thing, and might be interested in some of you. Cruises for solo travelers. So ocean cruises, there can be specific cabins for solo travelers, not on every cruise line, but certainly there's a few. NCL has dedicated solo cabins and a dedicated solo lounge and has the best pricing probably for large ship cruising. So I often will look there first when someone's looking for a destination. And they actually have a lot of really good itineraries, and I find their rates are very reasonable. Celebrity, Cunard, Holland America also have solo cabins, but they sell out very quickly, often even 2 years in advance. So if you're interested in me looking at any of those, then you should let me know as soon as possible, and I'll look at the itineraries for you. Princess doesn't have dedicated solo pricing, but if you book early, I can get pretty good pricing for a solo traveler. Small ship cruises will have solo promotions from time to time, and these would be the small ship cruises that are anywhere from 200 to 700 people. So you might want to look at those if you really have a bucket list trip in mind, because they have some very unique destinations and longer time in port. River Cruises, Ama Waterways, Avalon, Uniworld will have promotions. Riviera Cruises is a UK river cruise line, has solo-only departures on the Danube and the Rhine. They do charge in USD, and you will always get your own cabin. Now, USD sounds like it might be more expensive, but actually they have some very good values on these, and I'm always can help you find that right cruise for you. Just You is a company that has solo cabins on certain cruise itineraries. They don't have as many departures, but certainly they do have some options. Trafalgar and Celebrity have just recently introduced also river cruises. And Viking can have some very good promotions for two people traveling, but they never ever have good solo pricing. There's ongoing promotions for several of the cruise lines like Ama Waterways and Avalon. They often will have solo promotions, and Christmas markets are still available. So as I mentioned, there's an excursion in each new port. They sail into the center of most European and other Asian cities. The ships are 120 to 190. There's no seasickness because you're on a river. It doesn't get very deep. No lineups to get on or off. You always have a tour director, and some have wellness hosts, and some will have reduced supplements. So if you're interested in any of these countries, Rhine, Portugal, Danube, France, Egypt, Mekong, I'm sure I can find you one that will suit you. Most popular itineraries are the Rhine River, and these are my photos. That's the one that would have the most castles on it, and you can see that it was in the fall. And then the other one is the Danube. So this is the smaller version, the 8-day Danube, where you could go from Passau to Budapest or Budapest to Passau. And you can also add Prague onto this one. The longer one, the complete one, is from Amsterdam to Budapest or Budapest to Amsterdam as well. So those are ones that you could look at. Unusual voyage. The Cunard has a voyage de vin, October 13th to 23rd, 10 days. A single room inside is 23.50 plus airfare. So this is a really good deal. This is what I'm talking about, the solo. They're very, very solo traveler friendly, and this would be on the Queen Victoria. So you can see that it goes from Barcelona to Amsterdam to Southampton. So great, great itinerary, might be worth looking at. Island Princess Panama Canal Cruise from LA to Florida, October 22nd to November the 7th. 33.14 per person plus air for double in a balcony, or a single, inside single is 38.49 plus air. So really good pricing for the single, 16 days full transit through the canal, and that includes your Princess Plus drinks, Wi-Fi. This is Puerto Vallarta, Huatuco, Costa Rica, full transit of the canal, and Curacao. This is a bucket list cruise. So whether it's women that want to go on this or couples, this is certainly, or a special celebration, December 2nd to the 26th. This is Indian Ocean from Cape Town in South Africa to Singapore. A solo ocean view is $12,960 plus airfare. Balcony is $10,440 for double. The internet and gratuities are included. As you can see, it goes from Cape Town, Durban, Maldives, Mauritius, Sri Lanka, Phuket, Kuala Lumpur, and ends in Singapore. So you can see it's a very unusual and expensive cruise, but could be on someone's bucket list. The Viking Mekong, December the 5th to 19th. This is one of the ones that I talk about where they have very, very good pricing sometimes when they have one of their sales. This one will end on September the 24th, $82.99 per person double, plus free air from Edmonton. And this is in a French balcony. So you cannot beat this price ever, ever. It's this itinerary is one of my most favorite that I've ever done in terms of any kinds of travel besides my African safari. It can be hot and humid, but it's definitely worth it. So if you're interested in this, let me know as soon as possible. February 19th to March the 5th, you can go on the NCL Spirit. with a pre-tour, a couple of days in New Zealand and in Australia. A solo cabin is 75.89 with air from Edmonton and the pre-tour included. Or you can go in a double in a balcony, 81.71 double and plus air. So this goes to Auckland, Tauranga, Napier, Wellington, Littleton, Dunedin, and then it heads over to Melbourne, Tasmania, Eden, and ends in Sydney. So excellent itinerary and very good pricing. Princess Alaska, this is a 10-day Vancouver return, May 6th to the 16th. It's in a balcony for two people. It's 41.78 plus air. An obstructed ocean view single is 32.81 plus air, and that would sell out very quickly. So if you're interested in Alaska, this is a great itinerary. I did this 3 years ago, and that includes your drinks, Wi-Fi, and gratuities. If you're interested in Greece, Turkey, um, parts of Italy, this is a really good tour. On the Viva from May 8th to the 18th, you can go from Venice to Istanbul. And solo is 5,000, let's say $5,000 plus air, including your drinks and Wi-Fi gratuities, etc. Then, if you are interested in a different one, then you can do the next one. The next one is May 18th to the 27th. Solo inside cabin is 57.61, 11 days, and it goes from Istanbul to Rome. And so you can see the different ports that it hits. Very, very nice, different itinerary. The NCL Norwegian Star, September the 13th to the 27th of next year, Scotland, Iceland, Norway. A solo is $8,095 plus air and an inside cabin. But these are really, really interesting and bucket lists that some people might have. So you'd start in London, go to Edinburgh, Inverness, and then Reykjavik, Iskavor, Akurey in Iceland, and then over to Norway. It's 3 stops, and then back to Southampton. So definitely worth seeing. So if you're looking for something unusual, this will take in your Iceland and Scotland and Norway for sure. July 21st to July 2nd, this is on the Norwegian Star. And this one is Iceland, Norway, and Scotland again. So again, a different version of this. And this solo ocean view with air from Edmonton is 68.27. Moving on. So I guess we went out of order here, but Portugal Treasures. So if you're interested in a tour, Exotica is a company that does tours semi-independent. So you'll have your air, your hotels, some inclusions of tours, and then the rest would be optionals. And this is really great for someone that wants a little bit more free time in the places that they're going. So October the 26th to November the 11th. This one is called Portugal Treasures. And so this is not a cruise, this is a tour. Lisbon, Porto, Sintra, Fatima, Madrid, and Barcelona. So you're getting the best of Portugal and Spain. And as I said, the single is $67.99 from Edmonton. That's with your air. And if you have a friend that you want to go with, $43.99 double with air from Edmonton. National Geographic Journey. So some ladies have expressed interest in India. So if I'm going to suggest anything, I suggest doing the G Adventure, small group company, no more than 16 people. November 2nd, 9th, 30th, 38.49 per person sharing, plus your air, or add another 14.29 for a single room on your own. National Geographic ones have a lot of history. They have upgraded accommodations, and you'll learn so much more when you do a trip with them. The best times to go are October, November, December to February. So again, in January and February, they start at $41.99 per person sharing. So if are interested in India, this might be the right trip to take. Ecuador and Galapagos. So G Adventures, again, small group company. This one is called Solo-ish. So that means that only solo travelers are on this trip, like not couples, not anybody. Everybody's a solo traveler. So it's an excellent opportunity to meet other solo travelers from other parts of the world that are interested in the same kinds of things that you are. And it's 47.19 plus air from Quito to Quito. And it's an outdoor lover's dream, 15 days, breathtaking landscapes, and then on you go to the Galapagos Islands. So really excellent, excellent pricing for what you're getting. Peru is also available at any time because, of course, Peru is right next to Ecuador, and often people will go from Quito to Galapagos and also Peru at the same time. Australia and New Zealand have many ways to visit. You can fly and drive. You can fly there and drive in either country with cars, camper vans, etc. You can take a cruise that includes Australia and New Zealand. I had shown you one of those. You can take a train journey in either one of those countries. You can take a tour in either or both. So you can do either New Zealand or just Australia, or you could do both. You can do a long stay, and this is particularly in Australia from anywhere from 21 to 59 days, meaning you'll stay in an apartment and enjoy the region that you're staying in. Or you can take a cruise and a tour. So lots and lots of different options for Australia and New Zealand. Anderson Vacations have, this is more of a specialty thing, wildlife exploring in Tasmania. This is 21 nights. So you get Blue Mountains, wildlife, Tasmania, wildlife, Melbourne, walking tours, sanctuary in Phillip Island, also the Great Ocean Road, two nights in Kangaroo Island, the Cairns Aqua Marine area. So a scenic railway trip and the reforestation day tour. So excellent. It starts from 10,239 per person, double plus air. Again, this is a very specialty, could be bucket list type of adventure. G Adventures, Discover New Zealand. So this one is, as I mentioned, you can do a tour only. This is with National Geographic again, February 3rd to the 14th, 83.69 per person. That means sharing maximum of 16 people. So you're totally immersed when you're doing a National Geographic type tour with G Adventures. As I mentioned before, the accommodation is upgraded, and also what you get to see and do is it's special. So maximum of 16 people on those tours. You can also do a New Zealand rail journey. So many options. This is just an example of one that you could do in New Zealand. Also, you can do rail journeys in Australia. I'm just not showing one at the moment. Long stays in Australia, as I mentioned, 28 to 56 nights in self-catering, one-bedroom apartments. Could be on the Gold Coast or the Sunshine Coast. And the price will vary on the amount of days that you stay and the month that you go. So you'd have to call for a particular quote, but the range could be 32.77 to 50, let's say $6,000 per person. Long stays. So usually these are stays of 21 days or more during our Canadian winter, usually in an apartment, and you cook your own meals, and usually are really reasonable. Sometimes they include, in the package pricing, include air, and sometimes they don't. So Spain, Portugal, Thailand, Bali, Australia, Malta, Italy all have long stays. So Portugal, very popular. I've sent lots and lots of people here. We still have one in October the 30th to November the 24th, 36.49 per person double with air from Edmonton. In March, if you wanted to go, it's March 5th to the 30th, 41.99 per person double from Edmonton. So excellent pricing. Marketed only Canadians. Canadians take over the whole resort, and there's a happy hour every night to get to know the rest of the people in your group. So it'll be people from across Canada. Could be Edmonton, Calgary, Vancouver, Toronto, Quebec. Spain long stay, March 4th to the 20th, 26th, 22 nights, 16.99 plus air at the Sunset Beach Club. So Again, a Canadian local representative on site. Location is by the beach, less than 500 meters from the boardwalk. Nearby is restaurants and bars. So it is self-catering. You do get your own meals there. Spain long stay, and this is in Calella, end of April into May, April 25th to May 15th with exotic tours. And this is 32.49 per person, double occupancy with air from Edmonton. So you can't beat that pricing. Again, you will be in your own apartment, and every day there will be a happy hour for and also a host on site that will let you know what kind of optional tours might be available. I've had solo ladies go on this as well, and they've really enjoyed it. Or I can check and see if anyone else is interested in going and put you in touch with each other. Bali, you think of Eat, Pray, Love. Of course, Bali was famous for that. But 20 nights, who wouldn't want to go for 20 nights to Bali during our winter? So 24.85 per person double or 4,300 single plus air. Excellent, beautiful country, lush, and lots to see there as well. So you do get your breakfast every day, but the rest of the meals you would be buying. But Bali, very inexpensive. Long stay, if you want to stay for 49 nights, you could go for 58.95 per person plus air. So again, I can give you more information if you're interested in that option. Thailand long stay, March 26th to April 20th, 66.99 double with air from Calgary. So great, 3 nights in Bangkok, and the rest of the time you will be in Phuket. Other winter and spring suggestions. So you could go to Morocco. This is with National Geographic G Adventures. They have a sale right now, January 18th to February 1st, 27.61 sharing. They will find a roommate for you. Or if you want your own room, it's 43.31. So that date is on sale. Lots of meals included. Excellent, excellent itinerary. All the women that I've spoken to that have gone on this trip have absolutely loved it. If you want to go to South Africa, this one is with Exotica. Again, this is the company that will include air and some tours and then some free time for you. So it's not fully guided. You'll be given the opportunities to get to these places, but it's not like going on a full tour. So 52.99 double or 62.49 single. So if you're interested in this, I would send you the brochure that tells you exactly what you're getting on this tour. Southeast Asia, Odyssey, Vietnam, Cambodia, and Thailand. Again, this is with Exotica, the company I just spoke about. I would send you the itinerary. You can look it over. So single with air from Edmonton is 64.99. So that's in uh, February 1st to the 18th. Halong Bay, Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh, Bangkok, Angkor Wat, Phnom Penh, and Siem Reap. So excellent, excellent way to get away in the winter as well. And I would say really darn reasonable with your air. Egypt with an Nile cruise and Jordan, March 21st to April 2nd of 2026. Either 68.65 sharing or 85.45. So this will give you the complete Nile, Egypt, and then having Jordan added onto this at this price is really, really good. So again, really great itinerary, and by the time you see it, could be sold out. But check because there is other dates that this is available. Gourmet Tuscany, and this is in April of 2026. The single rate is only 32.79 plus air. So maximum of 28 people. This is like a farm stay where you go out every day and you see a different place and learn more about food and wine, have a cooking lesson, and you also get to visit a few of the other places, and you will have a baking class at your hotel. So lots and lots of other dates as well, but this one happens to be on sale right now. So excellent price. If you're a foodie and you want to try this out, this is an excellent opportunity as a single with your own room to explore Tuscany. Rome, Croatia, and the Plivice Lakes in May. Again, this is 10 days semi-independent, 54.49 double with air or 74.49 with air from Edmonton. So you go to Rome and then you head on to Croatia, Dubrovnik, Split, Plivice Lakes, and then enjoy some time in Opacha and Zagreb. So again, great opportunity, and I would send the brochure so that you can explore it. Eastern Canada by rail. So Toronto to Montreal, this is with Intrepid. There's only 12 people on this tour. May 24th to June 2nd, they will match you. So it's 56.65 sharing or 73.30 single. Again, this is a unique type of trip because you're taking the train, but you're going to great places and you are part of a group. So Niagara on the Lake, Niagara Falls, Ganawaki, Ottawa, e-bike touring in Ottawa, Quebec City, lots to see and a very different, unique way to see things in Canada. Scotland, Ireland are always available. I've just picked two for you to look at. This is with CIE Tours. They are a specialist in these areas, 15 days. So if you wanted to see all of Ireland and Scotland, then it's 78.45 plus air double. Irish Classic, April 30th to May 12th. And this is 12 days, does all the way around Ireland. And then another one is Scenic Ireland with Globus. It's 13 days, and this one's actually on sale right now, and it goes all the way around. So a single on this one is actually 63.93 plus air. Double is 55.93 plus air. So again, you will see everything you need to see in Ireland on this particular trip. Lots and lots of different options. So that's just three that I've showed you. You can drive in Ireland too if you like, or so wish, or have experience with driving in foreign countries. Just You is the Just You solo travel company, Balkan Explorer. So this is a unique, different type of trip. May the 17th to the 30th, Bucharest to Bucharest. So again, you can see that it's in places less travel. So really different. And if you've been to a lot of places, maybe you want to explore something new and different. So again, and you also have a visit to Bran Castle. Of course, that's for Dracula. Sweden by rail. So I've had people ask me about Norway and Sweden. So again, this is with Intrepid, small group of tour of 12 people, 53.95 plus your air, that's sharing a room, or 55.03 for your single room. And this will take you all the way up to Tromsø in Norway, June 14th to 22nd, which means it's all day daylight, all 24 hours, and you're going to be close to the Arctic Circle. So excellent trip if you want something different. I urge you to give this one a try. And then there's Kenya. So you can do Africa, Kenya, and Tanzania, which I did with G Adventures and National Geographic, or you can try it by train. And this one specifically picked this one because I know what it's like to go to Kenya, and I think this is an excellent opportunity. I have never heard of it by train until this point, so I think it's a good way to try to see it. 10 days, national parks and landscapes, and Nairobi and Belosi National Park, wildlife sanctuaries, safaris. You can't beat it. And then they'll give you 2 days at the end for a beach stay. So wonderful, wonderful opportunity to try something different, but also to go to Africa. Anderson Vacations has Haida Gwaii, which is just off the coast. You go to Prince Rupert and then you will visit Haida Gwaii. So this is July 23rd to the 30th or August the 20th, 27th dates. So it's very untouched and it's a little bit harder to get to. So it's very, very unique. And if you've got a yearning to see more of the indigenous and this incredible island, then this is a unique opportunity to be able to see it. So you can see in the schedule here the type of things: grizzly bear viewing, museums, artisans, a ferry crossing, provincial park, etc. So driving holiday options, Canadian Maritimes, you can get your car in your hotel. Newfoundland, you can get your car in hotel. Quebec and Ontario. Ireland, you can get your car and hotels booked. Driving in New Zealand and Australia by car or camper van. There's many variations of this, but just consider this only if you're experienced in driving in different countries, because honestly, the driver doesn't have that much fun when you're not familiar with the destination and you're trying to find to go where you're going. So there's lots of options, but if you feel confident in doing this, we certainly have those available for you. So Italy, Ireland, France, Spain, Croatia, Greece, Peru, Turkey, Maritimes. There's many ways to see them. Exotica and Canada Vacations are good for these semi-independent trips. G Adventures, Intrepid, and Exodus are great for small groups and unique itineraries. Colette and Insight offer small groups, as does Globus. So those are some of the main companies that and then of course I use some other specialty ones when I'm doing custom travel. And new and upcoming is Uzbekistan. So don't be afraid when you hear that, because apparently it's very, there's so much history to see there. But I've spoken to a couple of ladies that actually did this trip with G Adventures, and they absolutely loved it and said it was so unusual, and they were so happy that they had tried it. So there is hiking and cycling all over the world, and there is e-bikes available. So there's walking in Italy and France, which is very popular. You can do the Camino in Spain. You can do the 7 day or the full version. Trips are offered for all activity levels and usually from very leisurely to very active or advanced. And luggage is always moved for you, so you don't have to worry about it. Lots and lots of different and you can see the different kinds of landscapes that you would see. And thank you. Life is short. Take the trip. So I am going to shut that off and I am going to stop sharing that. And oops. And so you can see that there's a ton of stuff out there for you. And ask for there's lots of those other trips that I mentioned, like Exotica, that sort of thing. There's lots of PDFs on those destinations and what the trip is all about. So if you're considering something like that, please contact me and I'll get you more information or more in-depth information on any of the trips that I mentioned. So I hope you enjoy the presentation. And if you're interested in anything, please let me know. Specifically, the one for Cambodia and Vietnam expires actually the Viking thing expires on September 24th. So if you're interested, don't delay, because honest to God, that is such a good deal. Anyways, thanks for listening, and I'll see you again soon.